basically wondered when you first sort of thought, oh, okay, I want to get into the turf care industry. When was that first thought?
I never thought that. I fell into this job by accident, as I think so many people do. I was living with a couple of professional cricket players, and one of them came home and said they've got no one on the ground staff. They've only got two people, and they're desperate for workers. And so I thought, if they're that desperate, they might want me to pull some sheets for a couple of weeks and see if they need a hand. And so I got in touch, and they haven't told me to go away yet, so I'm still there. But no, I never thought about it as a career path. Didn't really know it was one. In New Zealand, it's mostly done by volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I never had the thought, and I'm so glad I did fall into it by complete accident.
Yeah, and I think like you mentioned before, like the warm welcome that the club have given you as well, it must make it so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, I knew from the second I met Sean Williams, who's the head groundsman here, that I knew it was a team I wanted to be a part of. He's such a nice guy, and he's got so much knowledge. Him and his deputy Paul Collett, they know everything there is to know about preparing cricket grounds. They've been in the industry for a combined 70 odd years, and I hope they don't mind me saying that, but they're great guys, and we have a really nice team. They've all been super welcoming, happy to share their knowledge, and yeah, I've loved working with them. And if they hadn't been as amazing as they were, I would have been out in a week.
So recruitment is a massive sort of hot topic at the moment within the industry. I just wondered, in terms of attracting more women into the industry, what do you think are sort of our higher sort of voices can do to attract more women to this industry?
Well, I mean, the thing is, we can recruit as many women as we want, but it doesn't matter if we're not retaining them. And there are some big issues in the industry that we do need to face. We need to solve them. I'm 27, and realistically, in a couple of years, I'm going to have to decide whether I want to keep working in cricket, keep doing 70 hours a week for hardly any money and not knowing when your day off is, or whether I want to have a family. That's a choice I'm going to have to make. And I think that disproportionately affects women. Our maternity policy is more in line with office workers, which isn't realistic when we're pulling heavy sheets and doing a lot of physical work like that. So should our policies be more in line with the players? Or, these are things that really need to be solved. And I think that's a reason why there's only 3 women working in cricket, and there's no mothers working in cricket. And that's something that we can change, and we need to change quickly.
Obviously, we cover lots of different sports, so I just wondered, in terms of specific to here, what's it like working here?
Oh, like I said, the team I work with, they're great guys. Love working with them. We've got the cricket team here themselves. They're really good guys. We work with them and the Western Storm, the women's team, and they're all awesome to work with. Cricket is, I think, I haven't worked in other sports, but I can't imagine there's many other sports harder than cricket to work in grounds. So it is quite tough in that respect. The hours are pretty cruel, and very few days off, as well as, the pitch gets talked about a lot. There's a lot of scrutiny over that sort of thing. So cricket's tough, but I love the team I've got here, and I'm really happy.
So I just wondered if you could explain some of the jobs that you do on a day-to-day basis, and maybe some of the jobs and tasks which you do which you enjoy more as well.
Yeah, I mean, here at Gloucestershire, Sean Williams gets us doing everything. So all of us know how to do everything. We rotate quite a bit, but like one job that is always mine is cutting the outfield, because it's my favourite job. Just put some music in and do that for a couple of hours every morning is a pretty good start to the day. But there's a real focus on developing us in all areas of turf care here. So yeah, we're pretty lucky. It's been a really good place to start.
So, like you said, you've fallen kind of into the industry. Where does the motivation come from for that?
I think for me, it's the best job in the world. I can't imagine doing anything else now. I could never go back to a normal job, but the industry has so many problems, and some of them I think have some pretty obvious solutions, and I really want to get stuck in and change the industry. I don't blame people for leaving, to be honest, but I don't want to leave. I want to fix things. I want to make it easier for people that come after me. I want to promote the job. I want to really put a positive spin on this career, because it's super rewarding and there's some amazing people in it. So I think the industry needs to change, but I don't think we don't need people leaving. We need more people coming in. So I'm trying to see how I can do my bit from within the industry at the moment.
In terms of the diversity and being a woman in sort of a male dominated industry stereotypically, how have you found that coming into the industry?
I guess diversity hasn't really been addressed in sports turf because they haven't needed to. I think in terms of boardrooms and the jobs that happen in the office, you do need female representation because you're that's just a given. It's essential. But the reason why we need diversity in the industry is because we don't have enough men doing the job. We don't have enough, and so if there were plenty of men, and we didn't have a recruitment crisis, crack on. But we don't. That's not the case. We need more people in the industry, and right now you've got 50% of the population who are not putting their hands up, and so we need to figure out why, and we need to encourage them into the industry. I don't care who comes in, whether it's men or women, but we need to make it more welcoming for women so that we get more people involved, full stop.
Yeah, and putting stories like yourself out there to say there is that opportunity there for women to come into the industry, and you don't have to think in your head, is this the industry for me? Just think, if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, I think so. My experience has been that it's been super welcoming, and I think all the experts that I've met have been amazing. They've shared their knowledge, and I think most people do want more women in the industry. They want more people, full stop. So just give it a go, crack on.
You fell into the role. Was it that easy, or was it kind of a few steps to get your feet on the ground?
Oh, it couldn't have been easier. That's how much of a recruitment crisis we're having at the moment. I literally sent an email to the club and said, I've heard you're short, do you need me? I've got experience in agriculture, like I grew up on a crop farm, and studied a little bit of ag as well, and I've played cricket my whole life, so it wasn't something that I thought about, but actually I was pretty well equipped for. And so I was living with two professional cricketers, and one of them came home and said, there's no one on the ground staff, they're desperate for workers. And so I thought if they were that desperate, maybe they might want a hand with some covers or something, and they haven't told me to leave. So it was literally that easy. I met the head groundsman and got offered the job on the spot. And I think that's the case for a lot of jobs, especially in cricket. They are quite desperate for workers.
About the summer, obviously, you had the all-women team come together. How was that experience for you? Was it something which you really enjoyed and sort of gave you that sense of passion and pride for the industry? And also, can you see that happening again?
It was unbelievable. I mean, we created this community of women that didn't exist before, and for most of them, they're the only woman in their job as well. And so it was a hugely valuable experience just meeting them and getting to produce the ground for an Ashes match. It was unbelievable. But it's again, it highlights how welcoming this industry is. Gary Barwell from Edgbaston invited us onto his ground. And Edgbaston's no small venue. It was a really big deal, and he was very generous with his time. His team were fantastic, and I can't think of many other industries where we would be welcomed like that. It was a really positive experience for all of us, and we will absolutely be doing more. That was just the start for women in turf in the UK. There will be more events. There will be bigger events. There will be more women. There's so much more to come.